Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Ishar. Before I get started, I just want to give infinite name, glory, and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakat Kodesh, the blinders to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akyam that's pushing this truth with our faith and our righteousness and our sincerity. To you, I say Shalom, all right? The title of this lesson is just going to be beware of leaning upon your own understanding, okay? And what I'm getting at, all right, and what I'm speaking of is going off on how you feel and how you think, man. Okay, it can even be a situation to where you want A, B, and C, this, that, and that to happen, right? And you want it to happen your way. Okay, but your way isn't the Lord's way, right? Scripture says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways. Okay, but leaning upon your ways and how you feel and the things that you want to consider, okay, it's not the right way, man. Okay, it's always thus saith the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be aware of going off on emotions and feelings and assumptions, okay, which is contrary to dealing with the spirit, man. When you're going off assumptions and your emotions, okay, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. But yeah, man, beware of leaning upon your own understanding. I'm gonna just get on into it. All right. This is Proverbs 3:5 through verse 6 in the NLT. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, right? And your heart goes into your lob. That's your mind, man. Okay, first and foremost, that's your mind. It says, do not depend on your own understanding, man. Right? So it says, do not depend on your own understanding. All right, so that first little thought that comes to your mind that this is this and this is that and this is how it needs to be, and no, man. It gets yourself fucked up like that, man. Alright? You know? And Lord forbid, shit, you get yourself fucked up out the spirit, man. You know? But hey, this shit'll happen, man. Alright? The Lord take the spirit from you, man, for certain things, man. Alright? Going off on your own understanding, your own mind. Okay? It says, seek His will in all you do. Right? His will, His ways. Applying the scriptures, man. Okay? We got to always be mindful of that, man. I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. You better believe that, you know? We got to always be mindful, man. And make sure we'll be doers of the word, man. Okay? Because just in a little moment, just in a little nit of time, you can be not applying the scriptures, not being a doer of the word, man. All right. It says, and He will show you which path to take, right, man? But that's going into what? Trusting the Lord, man. All right. To the Lord, man. Allowing the Lord to direct your path. All right. And what you need to do. All right. Even what you need to say, man. You know? But you got to be mindful of leaning. All right. When you lean on something, what? You're using it for support. Okay. You're using it for what? Strength. All right. When you're weak. Okay. And we can't lean upon how we feel and how we think, man. That shit is non-void, and that shit holds no power, man. Imagine leaning on a goddamn a pillow. Okay. You're gonna fall. It's gonna cave in. Right? Through the pressure. All right, and that's our thoughts and our emotions and our feelings, man. It cracks under pressure, man, right? Because we're in this flesh. Okay? But the spirit, when we apply Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and His ways, man, we'll be directed the way we need to go. All right? We take the path we need to take, man. All right? And to continue doing good, man. through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right, and with that, I just want to get, uh, I said characteristics. I asked Google characteristics of going off your own understanding, right? And it says going off or leaning on your own understanding means relying solely on your limited human perspective, right, man? And our perspective, and all, like I said, we're in this flesh, man. Okay, and not even that, man. We're we're mortal, man. Okay, so how we feel and how we think isn't the way. Okay, you know, especially at times, man, and we can't rely on that, man. Well, I feel or I think, man. You know, gotta be mindful, man. We gotta be aware of those things, and like I said, man, beware of it because it can happen. Okay, you can want to make certain moves, you can want to do certain things. Okay, and that shit can be out of order, and that shit can be not according to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And then that shit, which is shit, can get your ass up out of here, man. Okay? It says logic and life experiences to navigate decisions and challenges. It says this approach often results in burnout, confusion, and anxiety as you are carrying the weight of being in total control without the full picture, right, man? Because without Yahweh Shema Shai, we don't get the full picture. Okay? Without trusting in Yahweh Shema Shai and leaning on Yahweh Shema Shai for the understanding, okay, for things to be resolved, all right, for things to be figured out, man. We won't get the picture, man. Okay? And we will be leaning upon our own understanding, which is a big no-no, man. All right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 14. This came out in camp today. It says, for the thoughts of mortal man are miserable. Let's look into the word miserable, because it said the thoughts of mortal man, right? That carnal man, all right? That fleshly thought, all right, is what? Miserable. Okay, and it says unhappy, dreary of a person, unhappy or uncomfortable. Okay, so the thoughts of mortal man are miserable, unhappy. Okay, not profitable. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, it holds no value, man. You know, when you're thinking and you're doing things of the flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says, and our devices are but uncertain, man. Okay, because without Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, without applying Yahweh Shema Shai's words, all right, in ways, it is uncertain. It's not official. It's not stamped. All right, it's not perfected. Okay, and like I said, it's not beneficial. So we always have to be mindful, man. Like I'm getting into, man. You know, it's just a flowing in the spirit lesson, man. This ride, man, I had to go to Home Depot, you know, and just had, you know, that on my spirit, man. To just go into, man. Beware of leaning upon your own understanding, man. Okay, it's not beneficial. It's not helpful. All right, trust me. And with that, I'm going to close out and give an infinite and glory and praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akiams, witness truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say shalom.